Numeric sketch input is a dimensioning feature that allows you to specify dimensions while you're creating sketch entities. In order to use numeric sketch input, you must first turn it on. One way to do this is by going to Options, System Options, Sketch, and enable on-screen numeric input on entity creation. I'll also turn off this option under it for now. I'll show you what this does later on, but I'd like to go through a few other things first. Another quicker way that numeric sketch input can be turned on or off is by right-clicking while in a sketch and clicking on the Sketch Numeric Input button. I like this method because it allows you to quickly turn it on and off from the pop-up menu. I'll turn it on, and you can see that as I sketch a line, the dimension appears next to it, and I can enter a length on my keyboard and press Enter to quickly dimension it. However, you might have noticed that although the line is the length that I entered, no dimension was added to the line. Let's see why. I'll enable Numeric Sketch Input again and click on the Rectangle tool. Notice in the Property Manager there is an option to Add Dimensions. I can also right-click to find the same Add Dimension button next to the Sketch Numeric Input button in the right-click menu. I'll sketch a rectangle, and before I release the mouse button, notice that I can press Tab and the Numeric Sketch Input will toggle between the width and length dimensions. You can type in the value for one of them. Press Tab and type in the dimension for the other. When you're finished, just press Enter and the dimensions are added. Or, if you just want to have dimensions created but don't want to define them, you can simply click and drag to create the rectangles as you normally would. And when you click again, dimensions are added to the sketch. Now let me go back to the options, and from the Sketch menu, I'll enable Create Dimension Only when value is entered. Earlier, without the option enabled, dimensions were automatically created with any sketch, even if I didn't define the dimensions. But what if you only want to add dimensions to certain sketch entities? One way would have been to simply enable numeric sketch input when you want to use it, and disable it when you don't. But this can take a lot of time. Instead, with the setting turned on, notice that if I sketch a rectangle, the dimensions still appear. But if I click to finish, no dimensions are created. I'll sketch another rectangle, and if I instead type in values from my keyboard and press the Enter key on the keyboard, the dimensions are added to the sketch. So if you don't want dimensions, just click to sketch as normal, and if you want the dimension added, press Enter on the keyboard. Numeric sketch input can often save you time in defining and dimensioning your sketches, so it's a good idea to take advantage of all the different settings and options available.